Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you are on the podcast platforms, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you are listening to this on YouTube, please do the same, as well as going ahead and hitting that like button. And it's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. You just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's just get into this conversation. Nene Leakes, formerly of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, we know several months back, the news came out that she was being sued by her current boyfriend's wife, Malamine Temesio, for alienation of affection because she's accusing Nene of being the cause of her marriage to her husband getting broken up. And in some states, you can sue what they call the mistress or the other woman for alienation of affection if you can prove that this person was being involved with your husband. And it's definitely clear that they are together. Tons and tons of images of them together. They're definitely not hiding anything. So the story is now that he has filed for divorce from his wife, finally. Okay. So the story is that he pretty much quietly filed for divorce, and his name is Nyoniselasioh. And according to court documents obtained by TMZ, Nyoni filed for divorce from Malamine Temesio, the mother of his child. And Malamine, it sounds like Malamars. I don't know why that just came to mind, but in the documents, Nyoni says he and Malamine have been married since 2016 and have a child together. He cited their separation date as September 19th, 2021. Nyoni claims they live separately and haven't resumed marital relations since then. Nyoni suggests he and his wife were separated before he met Nene. Nene and Nyoni were photographed together in Atlanta as early as December 2021, but the courts only recognize a legal divorce as proof of separation in alienation of affection lawsuits. So basically, even though he filed for divorce now, and he's saying in the filing that they've been separated since September of 2021, that really doesn't matter in this lawsuit that the wife filed against Nene because they legally and technically are still married. And we know there are times when people who are married, they separate for a time period. And then there also are in some states where in order to go forward with the divorce, you have to be separated for a certain period of time, meaning living apart, no sexual relations with each other, definitely. And that's what is required in some states in order to proceed with a divorce. But he's still married. So again, legally, the wife, she has the right to file the lawsuit. The suit has not been settled out of court, and it definitely has not been moving forward in terms of like a declaration of guilt or not guilty in the court of law yet. So she could still have filed for this lawsuit against Nene because they're still married. And there are times when people separate in marriages and they get back together and they do not move forward with the divorce. There are times even when some parties will file for divorce and they will rescind the divorce filing. We've seen that it's happened several times in many, many occasions, unknown in terms of the people, the parties involved, and as well as known. We remember when Cardi B filed for divorce against her husband and then she pulled it, and they're still together to this day. So I believe that's one of the reasons why in this lawsuit that Malamine filed against Nene, it doesn't really matter that he claims that they were separated since September 2021 and he's filing for divorce now, because you could still be married to someone, have separated for a period of time, and then you ultimately work things out and you decide to reconcile and just move forward in this relationship to make the marriage work. So I believe that's one of the reasons why with this lawsuit that Malamine filed, it doesn't matter that he's saying that they were separated since then and he's filing for divorce now. Technically and legally, he is still married. And the laws where they reside or where they're from or where the marriage occurred is what it is when it comes to these alienation of affection lawsuits. So I don't think that this is going to save Nene. I honestly by now was wondering if she was going to try to settle this matter out of court, and it's possible that they may have attempted to do so and it just hasn't happened yet. It's possible that it could still happen. Anything could happen at this point in time. The lawsuit could be dismissed. The wife, she could choose to pull it if she gets a reasonable, equitable settlement in this divorce from Nyoni, who he is the one that filed. So I would assume that she's going to be seeking alimony, child support, distribution of assets and property if they have all of that. I don't know. I'm just saying. But I don't think this is really going to save Nene. I don't wish any harm on the woman because God knows, I know she's going through a lot. Her youngest son, he suffered some heart and brain, I believe, situations a few months ago, if not less than a few months ago, because he had a stroke and a heart attack. And for someone of that age, that's really crazy. I don't know what the details are. It's none of my business, what contributed to it, if anything did at all. I mean, something led to it. I'm just saying I don't know what caused that and brought that on. As well as we know she lost her husband last year to cancer, and I believe she's been going through it when it comes to her business, the Lenithia Lounge, as well as her claims against bravotv, NBC Universal, and all of that jazz, and trying to get what she feels she's rightfully due to have when it comes to that situation. But I guess they're happy together. I believe that they are still together, Nyoni and Nene, but he's filed for divorce, so he clearly, I guess, has no intentions on going back to his wife. And I'm sure that's got to be humiliating for the wife, because to have all of this out here in the news and on social media when she didn't choose to be a public figure in that way, but now people know who she is because of Nene. So, hey, it just kind of comes with the territory, I guess. But this is a man that Nene chose to be with, and I hope she's happy. I hope she's happy. And, I guess she's now opening her legs to married men and is okay with that. Okay with that when she told Kim to stop doing it many, many years ago. And I don't still disagree with that either. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.